Thought about a lot of interesting topics. I don't know if I'm going to cover all the ground, all the things I thought about right now, but I'm going to try to run through it real quick. Thought about the future of money, future of crypto, and I'm pretty sure that what's inevitable right now, I see a battle between cash and digital cash, digital currency. Like real physical cash versus digital currency. I see like a battle like beginning in cities where some places, I've literally seen places in cities that don't allow people to pay with physical hard cash, or there's cash shortages at places and they highly recommend you paying with credit cards or things like that. So population growth, you're going to have, an issue with producing currency physically, and also like you have application feasibility, ease of application. That's one super important factor. What's easiest for businesses to accept, what's easiest for people to use. You have two ends of a transaction. Feasibility of application, that's a huge driving, impacting thing in the war between physical cash and digital currency, cash, whatever you want to call it. Things like cryptocurrency, things like credit cards. And then you also have, between application feasibility, you have production cost. And with digital currency in the form of cryptocurrency, you essentially have no production cost. So it is inevitable from those two things, because of how crypto and digital currency are, that they will win a long-term battle inevitably because of those two driving factors. And I think the government did a lot of research and took a lot of notes in court when they brought in some of the major cryptocurrency leaders. They took a lot of notes and they did a lot of research for a reason, and my personal opinion is that they're working very hard. Probably a super long process to develop a government cryptocurrency or a government token or government version or government sector of cryptocurrency. It's probably a super long project, super long process being worked on behind the scenes. But they definitely have an edge in production costs. They don't have to produce money every year. They don't produce money as much. It costs money to make money. But if you have your own digital token, it costs money to set it up. And that's, once they make that initial investment, there's essentially no production cost. So I don't see how digital currency, cryptocurrency isn't going to win this long-term battle that is initially developing in major cities, which are a great view into the future of more highly populated areas. As areas become more highly populated, as more cities develop, and areas become more populated, it's a great look into the future of what things are going to be like. And if that's developing now, I see cryptocurrency having tremendously long, growing value into the future because of those two major factors, and just what population growth would require in production value costs and ease of application. If you can wrap your head around this topic, if you have any input, any argument, any disagree, you agree, if you don't care, comment below. I would love to hear some opinions other than my own. I learn a lot from processing things and thinking about things, and just running through things in my head. How it's kind of fun to do sometimes. It's like a fun exercise, but I'd love to get some feedback on that topic. Another thing I thought about, which I think more research and scientific evidence will prove, is in the fabric of the physical world that we cannot see, thinking about things like anxiety and social interaction, and things like that. Like, we as people from our thoughts, our energy, just our eyesight, we send signals which alter the fabric of the physical space around us that we cannot see. And like that's what when people talk about vibes, that's what vibes are. They're altering the fabric of the physical world that you can't see from the signals that your body sends, whether it's from your head, whether it's from your heart, whether it's from your eyes. You send signals. When you have anxiety, you don't have as much control over the signals that you're sending. And a lot of times when you have things like anxiety, different people often, especially in a superficial world where people don't really look past the surface of things, they misinterpret the signals that you send and your anxiety. When people have a tremendous amount of anxiety, like things like post-traumatic stress disorders, which is the highest level of anxiety that you can have. So like, I think anxiety is a thing that it makes it difficult for a human being to have control over signals that they send. And how messages are communicated and received. We communicate with people all the time without even talking to people, from our body language, from signals we send through our eyes, signals we send, like I said, from our brain, from our heart. These are vibrational energies that we literally can send and receive amongst each other. And research develops, the science improves. Things like meditation, like a natural ability that we have, we're able to ease things like anxiety, gain better control over, our signals and things like that, and even increase our abilities. I don't fully understand yet how everything connects, but there's definitely connection between anxiety, meditation, and then the various vibrational signals that we send as human beings. I think we're more like aliens than people even realize today. But things like developing our evolutionary traits through things like meditation are really interesting to learn about the connection between that evolutionary skill that we possess and how it connects to the signals that we send, and how that connects to the fabric of the physical space around us that we can't physically see that's there. But I do know one thing for sure: purposely inducing anxiety in an individual for a long period of time, inducing such a high level of anxiety like post-traumatic stress disorder, and then turning that anxiety into anything you want for your own personal benefit or your own personal goal, that's pretty evil. And that's something that I basically had happen to me. And, that's why I don't let go, because of how targeted, how calculated it was, how much effort went on behind the scenes and around me to do what was done. I understand that, and it's something that it's one of the main reasons why it's not going to get let go. And as I build a following, as I build publicity, I'm going to take this battle as I do research in the legal system within my own abilities and capabilities legally. This battle is going to go on, and it's going to be it's going to be a sad outcome, because I don't know, I'm going to do everything I can within my legal rights to bring to light what happened to me, and what changed my life and had a super huge impact on my life. And I would do everything in my ability to, set the record straight and not let people get away with a huge amount of bullshit that people may not care about me, but that's okay. Like, if I was like somebody who just let people walk all over them and let people take advantage of them and let people fucking do whatever they wanted, then it would be fine. It wouldn't be a big deal. But I'm not. I'm somebody who's capable of taking a battle, of bringing to light something that, whether it's a whole organization, a whole community, that's not a problem for me. I'm going to do what needs to be done and what's right, and that's bringing to light what's, something that nobody should ever have to deal with. That's making an example of organization, of a community, and that's what needs to be done, and that's something I can do within my capabilities and my realm of abilities and my ability to process information and use information to my advantage. And that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I can do. I'm sorry that people thought that I was like a weak individual or like not capable of battling back. It may take time. It may take a tremendous amount of effort, but I guess you didn't understand who you were dealing with and who you were making fun of. So that's not my problem. That means, like I said, gaining a following, gaining publicity. Make fun of me for that. Go on. I love to hear it. Like building those kind of things up. Building my money. Public speaking, going through videos of things that I had to deal with, things that I had to learn about, like anxiety, like PTSD. The recovery process that I've had to start and had to work my way through, between like working out, meditating more to overcome like the level of anxiety somebody would have going to war, being in a gang, being like kidnapped or something like really traumatizing. Like instead of it being a short amount of time, like tremendous amount of trauma and stress coming from like a long period of time, from manipulation, from playing telephone, from lack of respect, from people, lack of trust, and then getting to the point where I'm physically protesting offices, if with a following, if I have it, if not, protesting work sites, targeting work locations, projects, you name it, you got it. Whatever I can do within my physical, legal rights to bring as much attention to your company that's needed to be brought for how much you've tried to lie about and shun what I had to deal with in that office, what came from that office, the motives behind what came from what I had to deal with. It's gonna happen. So I don't know, matter of time, matter of effort, but I got plenty of it, so we got lots of time too. It may not be, it may not bury your company, but over time, your competition's not going to have the same reputation that you're going to build, from the publicity, the protesting that I'm going to bring to that area when I have the abilities and the capabilities. And like I said, fully act within my legal rights. So try me, work at me. I'll do my research. I'll do my homework. And I'll use my skills and my abilities. I'd be scared. That's for sure. Best advice I could say is just keep working hard. Everybody should just work hard and everything will work out.